possible. Welcome everyone to this webinar on Blockchain Industrial IoT. My name is Jabril Bensedrin, and I'm the host on behalf of CISA Systems. Very pleased to have with us today our webinar partner, KALIMA'S Systems, which is an expert in blockchain industrial IoT. They'll tell us how blockchain is already in use actually today in an industrial setting, and starting with really why it is useful. They'll share with us some use cases and a demo. Our speaker today is Armaran Fazil and André Lejeune, joining us from France, actually, Paris, although Armaran is between the west coast of the US and France. So thank you very much for being with us, and Armaran, the floor is yours.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Jabril, for the introduction. I am Armaran Fazil, and I am today representing KALIMA'S Systems. I'm sharing my screen with you right now. I'm not sure if everyone can see it.
Yes, we can see it. Thank you.
All right, perfect. So before telling you more about the blockchain technology and how it can help the Internet of Things, it is important to notice that the Internet of Things, which has been adopted massively, deals with some major issues. And I'm going to tell you about these issues first before going more deeply about blockchain. So first of all, I can say that for the IoT market, the IoT data collected by sensors or sent to actuators can in fact be corrupted, can be lost or modified voluntarily or not during the transport or the storage of that data. Therefore, there is a real problem about the integrity of data. Also, data immutability is not warranted because after storage, data can also be corrupted. These corruptions have a large impact on alarm management, on system regulation, on reporting, on statistical analysis, and even worse, on machine learning. All these data being corrupted can lead to different issues such as dysfunctional predictive and preventive maintenance, can lead to dysfunctional delivery and billings, and even machine and human accidents. And that all of those issues can create business disruption. All right, so blockchain for IoT, which is a market which is growing exponentially, and which is about to grow more and more for the next few years, represent a very interesting market because blockchain can be a solution for these issues. First, blockchain can help with data integrity I just mentioned, because blockchain provides multiple copies of data with the cryptographic signatures, and if used during transport and storage of the data, it protects IoT's data integrity. Also, blockchain can help for data immutability. The blockchain technology systematically creates archives secured by a strong cryptographic chain of hash. So if only one record is changed in one copy, all the following records are changed, and that helps a lot in order to detect immediately when and what corruption happened to help recover correct data. With the help of blockchain, alarm management, system regulation, reporting, statistical analysis, and machine learning will all have a qualified set of data to act safely in real time and therefore with trust. I can also add that blockchain is natively designed to face failure of several machines and also provides a strong failover solution. I'll show you a quick presentation of KALIMA systems, which I am representing, and of our KALIMA blockchain with this video.
KALIMA System is a French company based in Paris. We have developed a proprietary blockchain technology dedicated to the industrial Internet of Things. With KALIMA blockchain, we allow our customers to collect, transport, and share IoT data with trust. We bring blockchain and AI solutions at the source of data. With cutting-edge computing, our market segment is the Industry 4.0, the remote monitoring of infrastructure, and the smart city and smart building design, since it is created for the needs of industrial Internet of Things. Today, KALIMA has a mature technology that answers industrial requirements. Market analysis has predicted that the blockchain IoT market will grow exponentially in the next few years and will reach more than $14 billion in 2028.
Yeah, I believe Jabril, you had a question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I was actually going to ask what use cases can you share with us that show how this is already used in an industrial setting? Because we always hear about blockchain, or typically the first time we hear about blockchain is about cryptocurrencies, and we're not necessarily as familiar with the fact that it is already used in an industrial setting, and that, or it may appear as something relatively complex, whereas it seems to be more like a technology that runs in the background, but on the user end side, it's just a streamlined process. So could you show us some examples that
yeah, of course. Yeah, you're right, because people tend to think that blockchain is you're right, because people think that usually that blockchain is related to crypto and Bitcoin, but that's not what it does. And our KALIMA systems blockchain, which is KALIMA, is for the industrial IoT. So I'll show you a few use cases, so it is more concrete for our attendees. So here we have developed first a use cases for the Industry 4.0, so a digital twin and a digital passport for Daher. Daher, which is a major airplane maintenance and manufacturing company. They had done a lot of experimentation with blockchain, and for their industrial processes, KALIMA was the solution that was chosen. So as I just mentioned, we developed two use cases. The first is a digital twin of the factory, which is a digital twin of the paint workshop, providing a mobile application which brings instructions for the workers, which collects data from barcode scanners and mobile workers input and sensors input. It also shares that data with Daher's maintenance team, with the third-party maintenance company, ERP systems, and R&D teams. The second use case for Daher would be a digital passport of a plane, which can be a digital passport for any asset, actually. In this case is a digital maintenance book of a plane, and it is shared again with Daher's R&D team, the maintenance teams, third-party maintenance company, but also with the owner of the plane or the potential future buyer of the plane. This is a use case which is quite different from the two previous use cases I just showed you. Sorry. And it is a blockchain for smart buildings. IoT blockchain, our blockchain for IoT can be ready to for service for the smart buildings industry. It is a solution that ready to service distributed secured ledger. It provides data integrity and traceability, but also monitoring of energy management. And also optimization of energy resources. Here's a slide showing blockchain IoT for an industry which is very important, and for which the blockchain IoT is very important, which is the pharmacy and medical devices industries. The pharmacy industry is responsible today for developing, for manufacturing and distributing drugs. Therefore, tracking the complete journey of drugs is and can be difficult. The transparent and traceable nature of the blockchain technology can help to monitor the shipment of drugs from its origin to the destination of the supply chain. Another obvious use for blockchain technology is in the track and trace of individual medical devices from the supply chain to the finished product manufacturer through distribution to the patient. So therefore, blockchain technology can create a secure, a highly visible record of the chain of custody. But it's also important to highlight that most medical devices today, they collect, they store, and they transmit data which are specific, for example, to a patient. And what blockchain brings is to provide a technology where the data is cryptographically protected. The data is immutable and private. So it's not possible with all of this is not possible with traditional data storage and traditional transmission processes. On this slide is another very important industry for which blockchain IoT is fundamental. It is is blockchain for food and beverage. Today, every food and beverage supply chain contains several points of potential quality failures, from the input raw materials through storage and through handling of the finished products. And blockchain technology brings trust. It brings transparency to the industry by capturing primary source data on the blockchain. Participants on that network have information and have insights into each item being tracked, from the farm to the factory to the shipper and to the retail store. This enables a real visibility during each step of the food supply chain, and it helps prevent issues in the food and beverage industry, such as foodborne diseases. It helps reducing food waste, but it also helps reducing carbon footprint. This is another use case for the connected infrastructures, which was developed for one of our clients, which is Enedis, and which is which is the first electricity provider in France. We developed OMEX, which is a maintenance mobile tool for substation, which provides mobile access to maintenance teams. And thanks to the blockchain technology, it provides real-time and predictive maintenance. I'll show you a video on how OMEX and that technology we developed for them is used directly at Enedis.
It was a Friday night, just before midnight. The Moulin Network Management Agency informed me about the triggering of the TR-614 at Saint-Auban. There was a small gap between the incident and the time when I was informed. The only information I got was the type of alarm. At the time I am informed, I systematically send an agent in intervention who will carry out an inventory of the premises. The operation manager is responsible for access and security of the workstations under our responsibility. This includes the security of property and people to ensure that everything goes well. Currently, the operation manager, who is the most important person within AMEPS, Source Station Maintenance and Operation Agency, does not have the means to act on preventing incidents or accidents. What could make it possible to anticipate these incidents is to have an effective real-time overview of the general condition of all our structures. Here we are talking about the case of the Saint-Auban transformer, which most probably, far before triggering an alarm, must have generated information. This information could have been important to the operation manager, warning we were getting a lot of indicators giving signals that our structure was starting to break down. Either a predictive maintenance campaign needs to quickly be launched, or at least we need to closely monitor this because it is clearly not normal. The experiment on Saint-Auban allowed us to identify all the sensors and all the possible feedbacks, concentrate them in the gateway developed by KALIMA'S systems, and send them back to the mobile operating tool. So the gateway is a mixed hardware and software that collects information from the sensors at the source station and sends it back to the server and then to the applications. We are at the Saint-Auban source substation, a 225 kilovolt, 20 kilovolt substation. The digital batches you see behind me manage all the electrical works and retrieve all the protection and measurement data that are capitalized on a backbone network. The initial idea is to create a parallel system to the existing one of the control agency that would make it possible to retrieve all the data from the backbone network, but also new monitoring sensors in order to be able to process these new operations, give them added value, and send them directly to our mobility tool so that the operations manager is informed in real time of all the station's information. Then the chosen technical solution allows an optimal level of data to be transmitted between the gateway and the server by a blockchain technology that guarantees the immutability and integrity of the data. So data integrity means that all data flows back correctly. The immutability guarantees that all data will be saved to provide a convincing trace of events, but also a solid basis for data analysis for predictive maintenance or big data purposes. The project was born from a hackathon organized by the CCE in collaboration with Enedis. The initial idea was to think about the source station of tomorrow and the smart grid. And we made a direct link with our operational needs. As an innovative startup, working with a large company like Enedis brings us the opportunity to compare our innovative and highly conceptual high-performance systems with specific, concrete needs presented by high-level staff. The operations manager is always required to travel and, as a result, is not permanently in the office to obtain information that the ACR currently had. So this tool allows us to have in real time all the information of all the source workstations that an operation manager must have, as well as the plan bottoms, the documentary bottoms, the logbook, the anomalies. It would still be a shame to do without it.
Great. So these are very rich examples, many very fascinating use cases. And could you show us how this works? I know you have some examples, like if you know, let's say I'm in the audience, I'm interested in knowing how do you make this happen? How does this system actually work? What kind of technologies do you use? And just from the I guess from the user side, like and from the dashboard manager side.
Okay. Well, before showing you demos, I'll show you a quick slide with a comparative between different blockchain platforms such as Ethereum or Hyperledger and IoT protocols like MQTT and MQP. The innovative thing about Kalima is that the fact that it is very easy to use and very easy to implement, and it is also affordable to implement. It's actually as easy and as affordable to implement as protocols such as AMQP, sorry, or MQTT, but it ensures also integrity of data and data storage. It also provides an end-to-end blockchain solution and the in-memory artificial intelligence at the edge. Our Kalima blockchain also provides traceability, which is very important for the data in the Internet of Things. Here's a slide telling a little more about the Kalima blockchain product. So what exactly is the Kalima blockchain? First of all, it is a permissioned blockchain which uses a proof of authority consensus with a consortium license. That proof of authority brings high performance and low resource consumption. I just said that it was a permissioned blockchain. So what is a permissioned blockchain? A permissioned blockchain gives access to data only to a set of people. So a device must be authorized first and then will access only the subset of data which it has been authorized for. And on the other hand, a consortium license gives access to a source code, and source code modification is permitted only to members of the Kalima consortium. Another characteristic of Kalima is the fact that it's a hybrid technology between blockchain and in-memory database. In-memory database allows fast AI inference at the edge, but also high performance and a super low TCO. Sorry. I can also add that the Kalima client nodes can run in mobiles and very small devices, which opens a super large number of applications thanks to the blockchain. We also have we also provide actually an open source software development kit to build and test applications. That software development kit is open and it exists for most of the popular languages and development tools. Kalima's smart contracts can run artificial intelligence models at the edge and also in the cloud. Our SDK also includes a mobile payment solution. And all these functionalities simplify and they, I would say, they accelerate development. They significantly improve maintenance, and they also help decrease the global TCO of applications. We provide that SDK, but we also provide software because to simplify real-life deployment, Kalima Systems provides secure hardware. That secure hardware represents industrial gateways which are ready to service and which are capable to be deployed on the field rapidly by standard teams. Also, the Kalima blockchain can be deployed very fast in the standard industrial edge gateways of Schneider, of Siemens, and other manufacturers, and then interconnects Kalima with most of the field networks. Jabril, you just asked for a demo, so I'll just show you first a demo of which is a mobile version for the maintenance mobile tool for substation, Omex, which was shown in the Enedis video.
So if I may actually, while you show this, so you just showed us these devices. So I guess one of the benefits of this type of platform is that it can secure the entire data travel from the device to the dashboard and the way that you use the data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And
exactly.
Does it work? So do you have to install the specific sensors? I guess you have some. It has to be used with these sensors, right? It comes as a turnkey, or or you could imagine using just the dashboard. I guess the benefit of securing and the data and making it reliable is also related to the fact that you provide also those sensors, right? If not, then you have a part of the system that is not as secure, correct?
Yes, correct. And
Okay.
and actually, through this demo, you'll be able to see how it works directly on a mobile device. Here is an Android device because, as I just told you earlier, for mobile workers, it is super important to have information in real time. So here. Here, for example, you have a map with the different location. Saint-Aubin was the one mentioned in the video of Endis. And you have different locations where there's the source substation installed. Here so if for example we in this case in this demo we choose the June location, this is what you would see as an operator. You can access all this information and the interface on a mobile device, on an Android device or a iOS device. And, of course, this interface is in French because it was developed for the French market, and it can be multi languages, of course. Here you have info about about temperature of junctions on the equipment for the IoT installations. You also have sensors related to security issues and security intrusion, for example. And where there are, you can see alarms as well in case of an intrusion. In this case, you have a diagram of the electrical plan of the installation. I'll just go through the video quickly so you can see how it is and how it presents. In this case, this section shows a synoptic plan as well, where you can see in real time if doors are open or closed, for example, or if an alarm has been triggered. On this part of the interface, you have a section with all the documents stored and shared related to this specific installation. I'm going to show you another demo, which is a demo of the KALIMA manager side dashboard. So yeah, sorry. So here, this would be a demo of the KALIMA Manager dashboard, which is an explorer page of the KALIMA blockchain, which shows the overall condition of the blockchain, and which allows having information and allows consulting data, like, for example, the sensors value of the source substation. You can sort information through a sorting function, depending on the date, depending on the location. It really is very easy to use. It really is very easy to learn, and it also allows managing authorizations. As I just mentioned earlier, every device and every person using the device needs to be authorized to have access to the data on the blockchain. So I hope this was a little clearer for people seeing the dashboard. If you'd like to have more details and information about a demo, would be more than happy to make a personalized demo, of course, or a proof of concept on how it could work for your company, depending on your needs. Sorry. All right. So with all these slides I just showed you, with the use cases and the concrete applications, I can affirm that our main mission is to create sorry, is to create value for our customers. So KALIMA'S mission is not only to provide a cutting-edge development tools which are necessary to develop, deploy, and maintain up-to-date applications and equipments. What we also do is to bring new possibilities thanks to the technology by opening new areas of use cases with very profitable business models. And we also provide training. We also provide maintenance and support, which are compatible with the current highest business standards. So, thank you for listening, and I hope this this has helped knowing a little more about the blockchain for IoT technology, and especially our Kalima blockchain.
All right, great. Well, we still have some time for questions. Great timing. Thank you very much. We have quite a few people watching us right now in both Zoom, and by the way, I forgot to mention we're also live for the first time on YouTube. We have quite a few people there as well. I don't know if you can post a chat on YouTube, but if not, you can go ahead and join us also in the LinkedIn event page and post your comments there. There's a question here about can you run smart contracts with Kalima blockchain? And I guess perhaps you could tell us what is a smart contract and how could it be useful for one of these use cases, for example, that you mentioned, or an industrial setting, or logistics or other?
Yes, I can answer. Yes, you can run smart contracts with Kalima blockchain. You can run smart contract on client side and not clients in a mobile phone, in devices, or in cloud. Okay. Our smart contract are written in JavaScript or Python or Java, and they have a particularity is that they allow to run artificial intelligence model from smart contracts. Okay, so it is possible. The smart contract are written in standard languages, and we provide the full DevOps chain to secure the quality of the smart contract and the security of the deployment of the smart contract on the field. Voilà. Another question?
Yeah, so I mean, so forgive me for being perhaps a bit new to this. So if you can you give an example of
yes. Yeah. If we give an example, for example, when let's say when a temperature modification on a device arrive on a substation, for example, okay, this information arrive in the blockchain. Then a smart contract is run to see if this temperature is normal or not. The detection of abnormality can be done or by simple algorithm or completed by artificial intelligence to say, the progression of the temperature is going to be wrong and to drive to fire, for example. Okay, but it's the same in fluid levels in many different, and we can so use smart contract also to trigger billing, for example, or to trigger money transfer. Okay, because we have a payment system included in Kalima. So smart contract is action that you can describe by script when new data is written in the blockchain. And the fact as you're sure that the data is not corrupted, is not wrong, and it is coming from a permission device, secure a lot the execution of the smart contract.
I see. Okay. Actually, that reminds me of the slide that shows the food supply chain. I don't know if you want to bring it up, Amaran, the sequence from really the manufacturer all the way to I guess the retailer. And but I suppose that there is a lot of compliance there and verification of where is the product, who's the owner, who's the what are, is this compliant? And all this could be, yeah, the processing there, processing data, origin, traceability, right? In addition to what you said, like triggering certain actions based on what's going on with that item, such as a payment. Whenever the item has been delivered or inspected and confirmed as being compliant, you could imagine that that's when the payment happens.
Yes,
I could see a lot of opportunities here for smart contract. It seems like it, initially I thought about it as more like a legal document, but I suppose it could be used also for just optimizing the processes and compliance, for example, right? In perhaps also in medical devices or pharmaceuticals as well.
Yes, medical devices. For example, I wrote a few years ago a protocol for surgery robots. The fact is, we are discussing now to secure this protocol using blockchain, because it is very important, for example, when something goes wrong in the protocol, to be sure that the alarm will be drive up to the people, and that the alarm and the action will be recorded safely and in immutable ways, so legal issue can be solved. So yes, and another particularity of KALIMA is not only to run AI at the edge, but also it includes the document management system with version control of the documents. So yes, it can drive the life cycle of document during supply chain or during operation in hospital, in factories, or in offices. Yes.
Great, very interesting. So I mean, I'd love if we have still a couple minutes, and I'm kind of monopolizing the questions, but I'm building on some of the questions that I'm seeing from the participants. Can you tell us more about this robotic application? So you mentioned that you developed I guess, earlier platform for robots, and how could that contribute in today? And is it limited to robotics, for example, or could it be for any industry 4.0 application? Any
yes.
Yeah.
In for example, the supply chain application with Teneco, which is just in time, smart contracts are used to trigger action when for example, when the parts are loaded in a truck, where the truck start to go to deliver, and when the parts are unloaded. So by this, you can know at every minute in real time what is, for example, the quantity of parts in the car manufacturers ready to be installed, the part currently on the road in trucks, and also the parts which are currently working. This facilitates a lot the flow management of delivery, and especially when the just-in-time constraints are very heavy, like 20 minutes, like we have in some plants, where you need to know, to be informed in real time for any moment when you start to be late, to be able to react rapidly. Yes.
There's another question from an attendee about IoT security. How do you manage device authentication with the solution?
Yes, this is a good question. We have different solutions. Some device have hardware authentication include. Okay, so in that case, we can use this hardware authentication system, and in another case, we use a software unique ID for each device, very well protected by crypto technology. To be sure that this anybody cannot create a false identification. Well, we have both solution, or hardware or software. Software when the device doesn't contain hardware. Because
okay, so
we what we didn't present before is we have two cases, where the case where we install our system in an existing process, okay? For example, in Daher, we install KALIMA in a plant and we connect our system on existing sensor and existing process, okay? Only the tablets for the workers has been new, okay? Only the gateway to collect and transmit the data, but the PLC, the sensor, everything was existing from sometime from a long time. And in another case, sometimes it's new devices that we install, or from our company, or from partner company, or from any device manufacturer that our customer chose. Sometimes those devices have hardware authentication and we use them. Sometimes they don't have, and we create a software strong authentication.
Okay, clear. So I guess the authentication comes like pre-embedded in the whole system when it uses your hardware, and if not, or partners' hardware, and if not, it is possible to with the same level of security and reliability using the software.
The same, not exactly. Hardware authentication is stronger. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
it's already a very, very good level. Yes.
Okay. So depending, I guess, on the specific context. One last question regarding the geographic scope. I mean, most of our listeners are based in North America, but I know we have some listeners right now that are across the world, and some other have plants in many countries.
Yes.
So how would do you have examples where you're implementing blockchain in multiple countries and multiple, at least multiple sites? Yes. I mean, you showed us that, but
yes, yeah. We had with Teneco, we had plant, we had installation, different equipment in different countries. Yes, around Europe. By now, to be honest, we are mostly in Europe, and more specifically in France. We start to international just now. We are very new in the US. In the past, I had company in US. I had company working with the automotive industry in Dearborn years ago. But now currently we have no application running today in US.
Okay. Well, that's
but yes. We are looking for, huh? Yes, we
are. Yes. So it is. It's not limited by the geographic scope, and I guess it's almost the opposite. I could imagine where situations where the more you have a diverse set of plants, like in not just one plant, but you'd like to ensure reliability and security of data across many different locations and potentially different countries.
Yes,
then the system becomes even more useful, right?
Yes, KALIMA system is designed also to manage the different, to have for companies having many implementation. And the fact that the smart contract are in script language facilitate a lot the adaptation between different sites. I see another question about the consideration for teams unfamiliar with blockchain. Yes, this is a very common question and very pertinent question. The fact is, the first reason generally is to generate trust and transparency. Okay, so when you have different companies involved in one process, the example of food and beverage here, farmer warehouse is a good example, or in industry, automotive industry, when you have part manufacturers of a different level and automotive manufacturer, or okay, this is the case. But in town, in city, etc., you have also many people cooperating, and this, the very first application of blockchain is when you have many people involved. But not only, you know, I sometimes give the example of black box in plane. In plane, you have only one company involved. You have but the fact is, it's sometimes very useful and very necessary. Let's say it's a must-have to have a very strong evidence, because even it's at one moment you are only one company involved. If something goes wrong, many times, you have many people involved, many different with different interests. For example, insurance company, the security company, the maintenance company, the industry, the bank. You have many people when something goes wrong. So the fact is, yes, most of time the first use is when you need trust by the proof, okay, and when you need transparency. This is the very first consideration. Yes.
Great. So, so I guess mostly teams that are dealing with processes that involve different organizations where the level of trust is important, the data security. Does that mean that it's not as useful when you are dealing with internal processes? I mean, I suppose it still is useful, but it's really mostly when you have different parties involved in the process, like with your own suppliers or transporters or contractors or distributors, right? Those would be the...
Yes, because one thing is, even inside one company, the interest of everybody is not the same. The accountant of the company, the plant manager, the quality management, the top management, all these people does not have the same interest. So sometimes even inside the company, it can be useful. And that, as I tell you, when something goes wrong, it's very rare that only one company is involved in the consequence of the problem. If you have a security accidents, things like that, in many cases, it's very useful to have strong evidence.
I see. Yes, yes. I recall recently. Yes. Yeah, there was a big fire in an industrial company, and it turns out that the liability was a transporter that was, I believe, was a truck on site, and it started with that. So you never know where. And you, so as you mentioned, so even when you have multiple departments involved or divisions, it sounds like it's internal, but it's still like very complex, and so you need to...
because at the moment of the fire, okay, some part burns. Recently, we had in France an American company near Rouen that burns, and with very big consequences. The fact is, when it burns, first you have the insurance, you have the security company. We say, we received the alarm too late. You have the people who store the process, the product. Sometimes they store wrong products in the wrong place, because the fact to store bad products mixed with other products could drive to the fire. Okay, but also inside the company, because if something is accident as consequence, the question is it this manager which is responsible? Is it the top management? So sometimes it's very important for process to have strong evidence. Okay. So I think that on long term, all what is security device and things like that should be on blockchain to be able to provide good evidence.
We lost. Are you still there, Mark?
To get a return of experience to avoid future accident. Another reason can be also the lean management. In automotive industry, when we start just-in-time supply chain, we also had to improve the quality management, because to deliver in time a wrong product is useless. Okay. But when you want to improve the quality of products, you have to monitor the cause and to use the traceability. Okay, but you also the success of the quality management has been mainly by lean management, and the lean management involve also the teams. So it's very useful to have good quality of data. So everybody is sure that the data used for the lean management is secure. Yes, I think also.
Great, so yeah, very interesting. So traceability and also quality control. Definitely, you're right with insurance. And being able to show that the data is not just compliant but reliable, especially with insurance companies, for example, or quality or audits, I guess, audit yes. Quality and so on can be useful. So very, very interesting, many applications. Hopefully you all found this as interesting as I have. Thank you so much, Kalima, for joining. And we have, so CESA Systems is also a European company, but we are here in North America. For those who would like to have a connection with KALIMA'S systems, please feel free to connect directly with them or with me, and I'm happy to connect you for discussions, learning more, presentations, or proof of concepts. Definitely, I have many ideas here that you just gave me. So quick recap for those who don't know CESA Systems. We have 15,000 companies as clients. I know some of you today are some of our clients that you see here in the bottom of my slides, and we provide hardware as well as increasingly software solutions for operational excellence, including Industry 4.0, digitalization, and I'm sure there are many synergies that we could think about here for the benefit of our customers. This webinar is part of the CESA Systems Academy, which is both a physical space, a lab space, where hundreds of executives come and test products and technologies for operational excellence, plus a series of webinars. And we have a catalog that is available upon request if you'd like to have it. Also a LinkedIn group where I encourage all of you to join. We now have more than 2,000 members. It's a no spam. We use it primarily to inform you of our webinars and our recordings, but also I welcome your contributions. We try to filter out anything that could be really promotional. We do share also whenever we see job opportunities, for example, for those who are interested, or either have, are looking for people. I know that some of our members look to hire people, and we're happy to circulate information there, or the opposite as well. So you can join us on LinkedIn /groups/8605844. And we also encourage you to connect with the team at Kalima. Andre is the founder. You can see also the LinkedIn connection for him, and as well as Armagan and myself. And I look forward to seeing you on a future webinar. Thank you so much. Oh, last point. Those who wish to receive a professional development hour certificate, please look up our LinkedIn group, and we just need you to be a member of the group. Post a recap of what you have learned. Once you are a group member, you'll see actually there's a discussion forum that will be started there, and I look forward to seeing your thoughts there. What you learned, what you found interesting, ideas of where do you see this being useful or not, any thoughts you have. That will document your professional development hour, and I'll be happy to send you a certificate. Thank you again, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.